So it's been a few years since I last released a Wheel of Time battle breakdown video, and considering Season 2 of the Wheel of Time ended with the show's version of the Battle of Falme, I thought, what better battle to break down than the Battle of Falme? But what happened in the books? Join me today as I bring you the newest animated battle map laying out the events of the Great Hunt and of the Battle of Falme. Now, before we get into the breakdown, like the video and subscribe to the channel if you like Wheel of Time TV show and book content. That's what I make here on the channel. And also, spoilers, duh. So without further ado, let's break down the Battle of Falme. The lead up to the Battle of Falme begins in the spring of 998 of the New Age, roughly at the same time as the events of the Eye of the World. The Seanchan have sent the Hylian, or the Forerunners, to prepare for the arrival of the main force of Seanchan set to recapture the continent. The Forerunners, under the command of High Lord Turok and the High Lady Suroth, had landed at Falme on Tomon Head and had easily conquered the lands around the town, as well as capturing vessels that entered the area by sea. Now, the invaders require the population to swear oaths of fealty to the Empress and are allowed to continue on their way, but they take channelers captive as Damani and defeat several armies that are sent to fight them. In the late spring of 998 of the New Age, a legion of the Children of the Light under the command of Jeffrem Bornhold were recalled from Andor back to Amador and given a new task of moving to a small village in the Almoth Plain called Alkruna. When he and his 2,000 men arrive at the village, they are met by a representative of the Questioners, Jakim Karadin. This is a group of the Children of the Light that operate independently and make their goal to interrogate those they believe to be Dark Friends. Bornhold is given new orders that he and his legion should bring order to the villages across Almoth Plain. Secretly, Jakim Karadin was a Dark Friend and was using the Children of the Light to sow chaos across Almoth Plain, Terabon, and Aradoman, as he was instructed to do by Baalzamon. Jeffrem Bornhold was simply the tool that he would use for this endeavor. Bornhold took his legion around the plain, taking over villages and looking for Dark Friends. Meanwhile, Rand, Mat, Perrin, Huron, Varen Mathwin, Loyal, and Lord Ingtar were searching for the Horn of Valir that had been stolen by Padan Fain and his group of Dark Friends from Faldara. Also in Padan Fain's possession was the ruby-hilted dagger that Mat needed to be healed of his sickness. The party had reunited in Cairhien and had traced Fain to Lord Barthanas Damodred's manor house that sat in a forested area roughly a mile from the walls of Cairhien. As the party descended upon the manor under the guise of a party invitation to Rand, they discovered that Fain had escaped through a waygate that was on the property. A note was left with Lord Barthanas, also a Dark Friend, telling the party that Fain had traveled to Tomon Head through the ways. The group is unable to enter the ways at this waygate, however, as the Black Wind, also known as Machin's Shin, was guarding the entrance. They make the decision to make a trip to Stedding Sofu, which is roughly 2 days from Cairhien. The group travels there, and with the permission of the Ogier from the Stedding, they attempt to enter the ways. But again, they are stopped by Machin Shin. Fortunately, there is a portal stone nearby, something that Rand, Loyal, and Huron had used earlier, and Varen believes Rand can take them all to Tomon Head. He succeeds in taking the group, but during the trip, each of the party experience multiple lives over and over, and the trip takes over 4 months of actual time, even though the transport is essentially instantaneous for them. Sometime after Rand and the crew use the portal stone, but before they arrive in Falme, Egwene, Nynaeve, Elaine Trakand, and Min are all in the White Tower. Egwene and Elaine are novices in the tower, and they're going through their training, and Nynaeve had already been raised to the Accepted. While they're in the tower, Liandrin, who was secretly of the Black Aja, approaches the girls and tells them that Rand needs their help and they must go to Tomon Head. She leads them through the waygate in the Ogier Grove in Tar Valon, and they travel the ways to reach Tomon Head. Once they arrive, Liandrin tries to turn the girls over to High Lady Suroth of the Seanchan, but Nynaeve, Elaine, and Min escape, with Egwene being captured and taken as Damani. She is taken back to Falme, where she's kept in the Damani kennels, and the Suldam Rena attempts to break Egwene and make her a more perfect servant. Suldam wear a smooth metal bracelet that connects to a metal necklace around the neck of the Damani. It allows them to not only control the Damani's ability to channel, but also imposes limitations on the channeler wearing the necklace. They are unable to channel without the permission of the Suldam, and they can be punished and rewarded using the bracelet. It's a very severe form of slavery, And although Egwene fights, she gets closer and closer to being broken in her mind each day. Meanwhile, Egwene and Elaine hide from the Seanchan while making plans to rescue Egwene. They hide among the Seanchan and plan, along with men who was allowed to visit Egwene in her captivity. Nynaeve and Elaine meet with Bail Domon, a ship captain of the Spray that had been taken captive by the Seanchan months earlier. He tells them that he will attempt to make an escape from the Seanchan if they can channel and counter the Seanchan Damani. They set their plan into action. Also during this time, the White Cloaks, under the command of Jeffrey Bornhold, encounter village after village on Almouth Plain that had been scourged. He begins to believe the real Dark Friends are the Seanchan at Falme and defies his orders from the Questioners and marches his legion towards Tomon Head and Falme to confront the invaders. Rand, Perrin, Mat, Varen, and their party arrive around the same time as this planning is occurring via the Portal Stone. They visit various towns, including Altuan's Mill on Tomon Head, chasing Padan Fain. After stopping at a village, they discover that he is inside the town just as the White Cloaks arrive as well, marching toward Falme from the small village. It is decided that the 5 of them will go on to Falme to find the horn. Rand, Perrin, Mat, Ingtar, and Hurin are selected, and they set out to sneak into the town and find the Horn of Valir and Mat's dagger. They sneak into the town and find the palace that the leader of the Seanchan, High Lord Turok, had been using as a base. They sneak in, but they are discovered and they fight the Seanchan. Rand confronts High Lord Turok, who is a blade master, but Rand defeats him. They are able to grab the Horn of Valir and the dagger as they escape the palace with the Seanchan leader dead. Meanwhile, Nynaeve, Elaine, and Min execute their plan to rescue Egwene. They capture Isuldam and force her to wear the collar of a Damani and take her to Egwene's kennel. Inside, they free Egwene and they escape the Damani kennels, intending to make it to Bail Domon's ships. However, they notice a Seanchan army marching up the street from the docks. Egwene, scared that she will be captured again, lashes out at the army with the One Power, destroying many of them. A Damani with the army responds with a fireball, and a firefight with the One Power breaks out in the streets as the soldiers march up from the lower part of the city. Rand, Mat, Perrin, Hurin, and Ingtar leave the palace, and Rand tells them he will not leave without Egwene, who he sees in the streets. They are surrounded by soldiers, and Ingtar sacrifices himself so the rest of the party can get away down an alley, revealing that he was a Dark Friend and wanted to find the Horn of Valir to try to get some type of atonement for his sins. The boys find themselves outside of Falme, surrounded by the Seanchan army marching out from Falme, and a White Cloak army that has amassed outside of Falme and is advancing on the town. Feeling trapped, Mat, who had been holding the Horn of Valir in the escape, puts the horn to his lips and blows the mythical Horn of Valir. Caught between the two advancing armies, the boys find themselves surrounded by white mists, and Artur Hawkwing and the other heroes of the Horn arrive. They ask if the banner of the dragon is nearby, and Rand displays the banner. The heroes ride into battle alongside the White Cloaks and battle the Seanchan. While the 3 armies meet, Rand is confronted in the mist by a Shamael, who he believes is the Dark One at this time. They fight among the mist, and Rand with his sword and a Shamael with his black staff. Unbeknownst to Rand, rather than simply fighting in the mist, they are seen fighting in the sky above Falme to all those in the town, as well as many others on Tomon Head and even on Almouth Plain. This fulfills the prophecy of the dragon and cements Rand as the Dragon Reborn. The Battle of Falme ends with the Seanchan driven back into the sea, escaping with a fraction of their force. The White Cloak army is mostly decimated, and Rand is injured in his fight with a Shamael, only saved by some quick healing from Lanfear, who doesn't wish Rand to die yet. The result of the battle was the return of the Seanchan was set back, and they were forced to retreat to Cantarin, a city captured from the Sea Folk, while they wait for reinforcements so they can eventually return. The White Cloaks that survived, specifically Child Jarrett Byar, believe that Perrin is responsible for the death of the White Cloak Legion and rides off to tell Aemon Volda and Dane Bornhold of Jeffrey Bornhold's death. These events directly lead to the White Cloaks entering the Two Rivers and the Battle of the Two Rivers. So that was the Battle of Falme from the End of the Great Hunt, the second book of the Wheel of Time. What did you think of the battle? Where does it rank among your favorite battles in the Wheel of Time? Make sure to let me know in the comments of the video, and make sure to like this video as well and subscribe to the channel if you want to be updated for future Wheel of Time content. Also, let me know if you want me to make more of these Wheel of Time battle type videos. Huge thank you to my patrons who support all the work I do here on the channel, and with WotCon, which is our Wheel of Time fan convention. You are all very much appreciated. If you did like this video, you will probably like one of these here as well. Thank you for watching, and until next time, peace out.